solving this question from LeetCode. So in this question we are given two integers n and k, and we need to find all the possible combinations of k numbers out of 1 to n. So for example, n is 4, so the number which can be formed as 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the combination should be of size k equal to 2, and so here in this case they are returning all the possible combinations. It can be in any order, that doesn't matter. So in this case here are some like 2 4 3 4 2 3 1 2 1 3 and 1 4. So you can think about this, and you can pause the video and just try by yourself. So I'll just explain. So how we're going to do is we'll be using backtracking for this. So example 1 2 3 4 are there, and we'll be maintaining one count variable, and we'll be considering each case, and we'll be checking whether we can include that one or not in our solution set. So here in this case 1 is included, and after 1 is included we can check for all the other possible conditions in which 1 can go. So example 1 can go with 2, so again 1 and 2 can be formed, and they are both of size k equal to 2, hence we'll stop here. So when we are checked with 2, then we can again go for checking with after this we'll just pop the 2 and we'll come back to 1, and again we'll check for 1 3. So again this is possible, and then again we'll come back when again check for 1 4. This is also possible, and then we'll backtrack, and then we'll go for the number 2. In 2 also we'll go for 2 3, that is possible, so we'll take that, then we'll backtrack to 2, and when again consider 2 comma 4, that is also possible, so we'll take that value, then we'll backtrack, then we'll go for actually 2 4 is finished, so we'll not go in there, then we'll take another value which is 3. So for 3 we can go for only one, that is 3 4. So these are the all possible outcomes or the combinations of this problem when k equal to 2. So when we speak about the code part, then we can see here. So in this first we are making a vector of vector which we need to return as it is the vector of vector type. So we'll be making a resultant vector. Initially it will be having nothing, and we'll be making current vector which will store the current values, and we'll make a function fun, and then we'll pass k, and then the number of elements you want in that. For example, in this case k was 2, so the number of k you want. 0 is the starting or the count, like count value, starting it is 0, and when the count becomes 2, then we need to push that into the our solution, that is our current, and when the current gets the value equal to 2, then we need to push it to resultant, and then we are passing our resultant, and then we are passing the current, and again the 1 for starting, because our solution starts from 1, so we are taking this as 1, which will be helpful for iteration in the function. So here is the function. So here is the function. In this we have intent k, the count, the vector. Here we are passing it by address, so that it doesn't make a copy, and it increases the runtime and increases the efficiency basically. And then we are passing with the current also, and our starting index. So first we are checking the base condition, like when count becomes equal to k, then we need to push into our resultant vector. The current will be pushed into the resultant vector, and then we need to just return, because we need not to go further. We'll just stop there, and we'll be using a for loop for the next iteration. So I'll explain again what is going in here. So example 1 2 3 4 was our case. Then initially this count value was 0, and so it will not go into any of the push. We are having this resultant is empty now, and our current is also empty now. So when we go for 1, then we'll check here, it will come here and we'll start from st. Initially st was 1, so it will start from st, then it will just push that into a current. So current is having now 1 in that. Then after, it will again call this function and it will start from starting point, that is from 2. So we have 2 3 and 4 for this case. Then again this function will be called and will come back here because the count is still not 2, it is here 1, but when it comes here then it becomes 2. So after pushing 1 comma 2, the count will become 2, and then we'll just push into our resultant. So the result is having now 1 comma 2. Okay, so again it will come back to this, control will come back to this point and it will just pop. After popping, it will just come here and then it will take another value which is 1 comma 3. Again the count becomes 2, so then it will be pushed into our resultant vector. So the resultant vector will be having 1 comma 3. Then again it will backtrack, it will pop from here, it will take 1 comma 4. So now the value which is having resultant is 1 comma 4. Then again when this gets completed, then we have no other values, so we'll be going back to our 2. So from here 2 will be pushed in this, and then again the function will be called for 3 comma 4. Then again will be checked for 2 3 and then 2 4. Then again will backtrack, then we again will be checked for 3, then again it will run loop for 3 comma 4, then again it will push only the fourth one. In this case iteration will happen, and at the end we'll be getting our resultant vector which will be returning here return result in this case. So in this way the problem will be solved. Okay guys, thank you for watching. This is the first video, and we'll be continued solving some more interesting problems on such data structures. Okay guys, thank you for watching. If you like the video, then just go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Till then, stay tuned.